Okay, so now we're going to break down one of the most controversial songs on the album, um, the most cultural, the most religious. Yeah, basically, there's just a lot of controversy on the song, without too many lyrics. I think probably has the least lyrics, but I would argue probably it has the deepest message. So I'm just going to explain. The lyrics go: ndiri pamharadzano yechitendero ndiyamurewo, ndiri pamharadzano yechitendero ndiyamurewo, ndizive zvandinoda nguva ichipo. So it's literal. It's actually literal. Ndiri pamharadzano yechitendero. We're talking someone who is contemplating and thinking deeper into issues of faith. You know, we are born into churches, we're born into religions and cultures, and no one really chooses those things. But you get to an age where you start to question some of these things, right? And for my experience, when I decided that I wanted to quote unquote rebel, I faced a lot of rejection, a lot of backlash in the spaces of religion. You know, like you can imagine your pastor telling you that, well, maybe unoda kuenda kumine, unoda kunoita chikorokoza. Like, no, mweya mutsvene uri kundudza kuti chini, munoparara ikoko, something like that. You know, how do you know, like, which one is the voice of God? You know, like a lot of religious people act like gatekeepers of God, in the sense that we depend so much on them to hear what God is saying, as if God can't talk directly through us. You know, I feel like God wouldn't let my message not get to me. If God had to send a whale to bring Jonah back to his purpose, you know, it was that important. I'm sure everyone's destiny is that important. And I don't think you'd go through life and not hear that voice even once in your life. So I think that's where I had an issue with religion. And when I was writing this song, I didn't want to say, no, you guys are wrong and whatnot. What I wanted was to start the conversation where we question and say, am I not just in church because I have problems? Am I not just a serious congregant because I need these people to help me when stuff starts going wrong in life and whatnot? I really wanted, personally, what I want is to make a decision that is independent of probably my troubles. You know, I really want to go to God in the most earnest way. And I've seen people being misled, you know, by religious leaders, you know, to the extent that you lose money, you lose a lot of things. And I think it's because sometimes we're desperate. I respect the work that religious people do. They don't get paid as they should for saving our souls. But at this point, I just wanted to express exactly where I was questioning religion and what it has done. I've seen that a lot of atheists out there, they have scars that they got from religion. Probably you witnessed something that was not just being done by a certain religious group. And then, you tend to say, so how do I rebel? How I rebel is by saying, I just don't believe in what you say. That way you don't have power over me. This is a very political song, and I tried to keep it really at the level where we could meet. It could be someone saying, I was lost and I don't want to be in this path anymore. I want to take the other path, the righteous path. So basically I left it to the listener to interpret what the song was. This has become the longest video because this is probably the most difficult song for me to explain, but I think I've done justice in sharing where I was coming from, and I tried to make the song as simple as possible. Yeah, that's it. Breakdown for Mharadzano out.